every Wednesday, um, after every 2 weeks, um, I meet up with one of my friends. His name is John. I have learned to treasure this relationship with John just based of everything that both of us have been through, and just the fact that John is such an awesome guy. So leo nimepatana na yeye, and we had a conversation, and the purpose of sisi ku meet up, it's inakuanga always to for you to share without being judged. So John naweza share anything yenye siwezi share na kila mtu, and it's a good friendship, by the way. If you have a friend mwenye like you can share anything bila wewe kufeel like you're being judged, ama anything in those lines. So today, I asked him a question. Now he has given me this answer before, but it's always one of those questions yenye like you gotta hear the answer constantly. So one of the question mi nilimuuliza leo ilikuwa kwa like so how do you deal with disappointment? It's so easy to think, okay, but it's so easy to think that every single day that everything is positive, and I'm not bidding sisemi like it's bad to be positive, but how do you deal with disappointment, or when you are in seasons zenye there's nothing that you're like you just have disappointment, like and also like how do you deal with disappointment kama umekuwa chronically disappointed throughout your whole life? Like how do you deal with that, and how do you deal with that in life? So I'm glad that me and John, we have to connect a relationship where we help each other through things in life. And so, and I know bibi yake amenipea hii story. So to give you a context, bibi yake, she wanted to be a teacher, and the second thing, she wanted to be a mother. And this is something yeye mwenyewe ameniambia, but they ended up adopting juu bibi yake could not physically have kids. So for 2 years bibi yake alikuwa kona depression. Anything to do with Mother's Day ilikuwa inamuuma for two years, I think even more than 2 years. But we are talking about something yenye happened years ago. But so nilikuwa namuuliza, so from his standpoint was like, okay, kuna hii stuff yenye wase wanasemanga that like God will give you the desires of your heart. So umadhe, her desire was to be a mother, but little did she know angekuwa a mother in a different way, through adoption. So how do you reconcile with that? Like ilimchukuanga more than 2 years to come into terms with that. And so mimi nilikuwa namuuliza just because of some few things. The thing about life, utakuwa disappointed. Now if you're not disappointed, man, I need to come and tap in to your blessing. So the other thing yenye ilifanya nimuulize hii, it's that I have noticed mi mwenyewe, and it comes from disappointment, ni ati it's so hard for me to be physically expressive ikifika ni happiness. I'm not saying like siko happy, but it's like if somebody gives me a piece of news that is good news, I am all niko like, oh yeah, and then inaisha hapo. Other than wase wenye like they express it outwardly, wako very expressive. I am not, but mimi yangu it's due to disappointment. You from a very young age I had to learn that, hey, you gotta you gotta stay disappointed. You along the road utakuwa disappointed. So it took something in me where it's so hard for me, even if somebody ananiambia some news about them and I am genuinely happy, but it's so hard for me to yani kuruka na wao. So just this week kuna one of somebody mkubwa alikuwa ananiambia some news and it was so good. Yeye anarukaruka, mimi namwangalia hivi manzi hadi nikamwangalia akaniangalia hivi. It looked like jealousy. I think alifikiria niko jealous kiasi, but in hindsight I was not jealous. It's na nimekuwa na interactions na yeye na I'm almost to a point yenye I feel like I need to go to them and tell them I'm so sorry juu yeah, ukiniambia something that you are happy about, I am happy, but it's just hard. I just don't know how to get excited with you. Like that's a hard thing for me to get there. But part of it, it's rooted in disappointment. I have dealt with a lot, and I'm not sure if there's somebody else who is like that. But so that is what triggered that thought. It happened this week, and it looked so awkward, like so awkward.